Thailand's tourism industry is in trouble in 2026, and the reasons travelers are staying away might surprise you. Thailand used to attract over 40 million visitors annually, but now a surprising number of tourists say they won't return. Let's break down one by one the real reasons behind the country's tourism crisis. From rising costs and crushing over-tourism to visa confusion and declining service standards, we break down the real reasons travelers are turning away from Thailand, backed by reports from Travel Plus Leisure, Lonely Planet, and the Sunday Times Travel. Watch until the end to discover why Thailand is no longer the destination it once was for everyone. Thailand still looks packed on paper, but the numbers hiding beneath tell a very different story. Before the pandemic, Thailand wasn't just popular, it was dominant. Nearly 40 million visitors poured in each year, airports buzzing, beaches overflowing, and repeat travelers forming the backbone of the tourism economy. Families returned every winter, backpackers came back for a second lap, and retirees made Thailand their annual escape. Loyalty, not just volume, is what kept the system running. Fast forward to 2025 and 2026, and something subtle but serious has changed. Arrival numbers remain high enough to look healthy at first glance, yet the return rate is slowing. The data shows fewer familiar faces coming back for a second or third visit. Instead, growth is being propped up by first-time visitors, curious, optimistic, and unaware of how different Thailand once felt. On the surface, this seems like good news. New travelers mean new money, but dig deeper and the cracks appear. Complaints are rising across accommodation, transportation, pricing, and service quality, even as visitor counts stay strong. Online reviews tell the same story again and again. Overcrowding, higher costs, rushed experiences, and disappointment compared to expectations. This shift matters more than it sounds. Tourism built on first-timers is fragile. Repeat travelers forgive flaws. First-timers compare. And right now, Thailand is being compared relentlessly. So here's the truth the numbers quietly reveal. Thailand isn't losing tourists. It's losing loyalty. And that loss may be far more dangerous than an empty beach. Thailand's beauty hasn't disappeared, but the way people experience it has changed forever. For years, places like Maya Bay were symbols of paradise, postcards brought to life by limestone cliffs and turquoise water. But that dream became too popular for its own good. Boats arrived by the hundreds, crowds spilled onto the sand, and the ecosystem paid the price. Authorities were forced to close Maya Bay multiple times and introduce strict crowd controls. A necessary move, but also a warning sign of how fragile the magic had become. The problem didn't stop there. Chiang Mai, once known for its calm temples and slow mornings, now feels saturated during peak season. Phuket and Krabi, long celebrated for escape and ease, are often overwhelmed by sheer volume. Streets clogged with tour vans, beaches fill before noon, and popular viewpoints feel more like checkpoints than discoveries. Travelers notice it immediately. Long queues replace spontaneous wandering. Polluted shorelines and boat traffic dull what used to feel untouched. Iconic spots become backdrops for Instagram crowds, where the goal is the photo, not the moment. The sense of personal connection, of finding something just for yourself, starts to slip away, and that loss hits deeper than inconvenience. People didn't come to Thailand to feel rushed, herded, and stressed. They came for warmth, openness, and the illusion of escape. When every experience is timed, ticketed, and crowded, that illusion collapses. Over-tourism doesn't just strain infrastructure or nature, it changes how travelers feel. And once the feeling is gone, no amount of beauty can bring it back. Stick around, we're just getting started. There are other reasons why Thailand appears to be losing its magic. Thailand used to feel like a secret bargain. But for many travelers, that secret is gone. There was a time when Thailand's magic came with a sense of relief at the bill. Comfortable hotels felt affordable. Getting around was easy, and a full street food meal cost less than a coffee back home. That balance between value and experience was part of the country's global appeal. But today, that equation is breaking down. In major tourist zones, hotel prices have surged by 40 to 70%, especially in places like Phuket, Bangkok, and Krabi. Rooms that once felt like a steal now rival prices in Europe or Australia, often without matching the same space, service, or consistency. Travelers arrive expecting value and instead feel sticker shock. On the streets, familiar frustrations are returning. Taxi and transport scams, once fading into memory, are showing up again, leaving visitors feeling taken advantage of rather than welcomed. Even food, once Thailand's great equalizer, is changing fast. In tourist hotspots, street food prices have doubled, turning quick, authentic meals into overpriced photo opportunities. The deeper issue isn't just cost, it's contrast. Travelers are paying Western-level prices while navigating a system still built on Southeast Asian wages and infrastructure. Expectations rise with price, but experiences haven't risen at the same pace. Service feels rushed, quality feels uneven, and trust feels thinner. That's why so many travelers describe the same feeling when they leave. Disappointment rather than delight. Thailand didn't get expensive. It got expensive without improving. And when value disappears, loyalty usually follows right behind. What once felt like an open door to the world now feels like a maze with moving walls. For decades, Thailand was famous for its flexibility. Travelers arrived easily, stayed longer than planned, and figured things out along the way. That freedom attracted backpackers, digital nomads, retirees, and long-stay visitors who didn't just visit Thailand. They built lives around it. But today, that sense of ease is fading. Visa rules now change constantly, sometimes with little notice and unclear communication. Lengths of stay have shortened, enforcement has tightened, and immigration officers are under pressure to apply the rules strictly. What used to feel casual and welcoming now feels procedural and tense. Visitors arrive unsure of what's allowed, how long they can stay, or whether plans made months ago will still apply. For digital nomads, this uncertainty is exhausting. Remote workers who once chose Thailand for stability now face paperwork loops and sudden policy shifts. Retirees, many of whom invested deeply in the country, feel the ground shifting beneath them, unsure if they'll be allowed to stay long-term without constant renewals and rising requirements. Border runs, once the safety valve of long-term travel, are no longer reliable. What used to be a routine trip now carries real risk of denial, questioning, or forced exits. Each crossing chips away at confidence, replacing comfort with anxiety. And here's the emotional cost. No policy document measures belonging. When people feel tolerated rather than welcomed, they stop committing, they stop recommending, they stop returning. Because in the end, travel is a choice, and if you don't feel wanted, you don't come back. Don't go anywhere. We've got 2 more reasons for Thailand's tourism crisis coming up. Thailand built its global reputation on warmth, but that warmth is starting to feel thinner. For years, travelers remembered Thailand not just for beaches and temples, but for people. Smiles felt genuine, service felt personal, and hospitality was part of the culture, not a checklist. But behind the scenes, the industry has been under immense strain, and it's starting to show. Many hospitality workers are burned out. Long hours, rising living costs, and stagnant wages have taken their toll, especially after the pandemic forced mass layoffs and career exits. When tourism returned, the workers didn't all come back. Those who did are often covering multiple roles, expected to to deliver the same world-class service with fewer hands and less support. Staff shortages remain widespread across hotels, restaurants, and tour operations. Housekeeping schedules slip. Front desks feel rushed, and small details get missed. Travelers notice the difference, not in dramatic failures, but in 1,000 small moments that quietly erode the experience. The result is a growing sense of pay more, receive less. Prices have climbed, but service hasn't kept pace. Check-ins feel transactional, problem solving feels slow, and the emotional connection that once defined Thai hospitality feels diluted. Even luxury resorts aren't immune. Some have quietly cut corners, reducing amenities, trimming staff to guest ratios, or lowering maintenance standards, while maintaining premium price tags. The setting still looks perfect, but the experience no longer matches the promise. Service quality is hard to measure, but easy to feel. And when travelers sense that care has been replaced by efficiency, the magic fades. Thailand's beauty remains, but without the service to support it, even paradise feels less special. It only takes one moment to turn a dream trip into a warning story. For many travelers, Thailand once felt easy and safe, a place where common sense was enough. But recently, old problems have been resurfacing. Jet ski scams are appearing again in beach destinations. Taxi meters mysteriously break, and fake tour operators promise unforgettable experiences that never materialize. These aren't new scams, but their return feels unsettling to travelers who expected better. What's different now is how fast these stories travel. A single incident caught on video or shared in a viral post can reach millions within hours. Arguments on the beach, confrontations with drivers, or tourists being pressured into paying unfair fees don't stay isolated anymore. They become cautionary tales, replayed again and again across platforms. Even when incidents are rare, trust takes the hit. Travelers begin arriving on edge, double-checking prices, recording conversations, questioning intentions. That constant vigilance erodes the sense of relaxation people came for in the first place. Social media amplifies the effect. Algorithms favor outrage, not balance, and negative stories spread faster than quiet, positive ones. 1,000 smooth trips don't trend, but one bad experience does. And for potential visitors scrolling from home, perception quickly becomes reality. This matters because tourism runs on confidence. Once trust weakens, hesitation replaces excitement. Travelers start choosing destinations where they feel fewer risks and less mental effort. As one traveler put it simply, one bad experience ruins 10 good ones. And in today's connected world, that single experience can echo far beyond the beach where it began. Make sure to watch all the way through. You won't believe what we found to be a silent threat to Thailand tourism. The biggest threat to Thailand's tourism isn't something you can see, it's something everyone scrolls past. Social media didn't just change how people discover places, it changed what they expect from them. Today's travelers arrive informed, opinionated, and already comparing. Before they ever land, they've watched dozens of videos, read hundreds of comments, and absorbed unfiltered experiences from strangers who feel more honest than any brochure ever could. What travelers want now is clear and consistent. Authenticity instead of performance, space instead of crowds, value instead of inflated prices, and respect instead of feeling like a number. These aren't luxury demands, they're emotional ones. They shape how people remember a place and whether they recommend it or quietly warn others away. But Thailand is still selling a version of itself that worked a decade ago. The 2015 image, cheap, uncrowded, endlessly flexible, no longer matches reality on the ground. When expectations collide with experience, disappointment follows, and disappointment spreads fast. New travelers are more informed than ever, and far less forgiving. They know alternatives exist. Vietnam, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, even lesser-known destinations are only a swipe away, offering similar beauty with fewer compromises. If Thailand doesn't deliver what it promises, travelers don't argue, they move on. What makes this threat silent is how subtle it feels. Bookings still come in, planes still land, beaches still fill, but beneath the surface, perception is shifting. Loyalty is weakening. Recommendations are becoming hesitant. In the age of social media, destinations don't decline loudly. They fade quietly. One honest post, one disappointed story, one lost return visit at a time. Don't miss where travelers are going instead. It's going to blow your mind. The world isn't running out of travelers. Thailand is just losing them to smarter, fresher options. Right now, a quiet but powerful shift is happening. Vietnam is catching attention with its unbeatable combination of value and rapidly improving infrastructure. Hotels, transport, and food options are modernizing fast, while costs remain far lower than in Thailand's tourist hotspots. Visitors get authentic experiences without feeling nickeled and dimed at every turn. The Philippines is emerging as a haven for those seeking uncrowded beaches and islands. Its English-friendly culture makes navigation effortless, and the lack of overwhelming crowds allows travelers to actually enjoy what they came for: space, calm, and connection. Indonesia is no longer just Bali. Remote islands, jungles, and culturally rich towns are drawing adventurers who want diversity without sacrificing affordability. Tourists are discovering corners of Indonesia that feel untouched, yet are welcoming and well organized. Malaysia is quietly benefiting from easy visa rules and affordable living costs. The mix of modern cities, historic towns, and natural landscapes gives visitors the flexibility and comfort Thailand once offered, now without the stress of overcrowding. Even Japan is seeing new attention. With the yen weaker than before, travelers find surprising value for money, combined with the high-quality service, safety, and cultural richness that many had once expected from Thailand. In short, these destinations share one thing in common. They feel like Thailand used to feel: affordable, welcoming, and full of discovery. And as more travelers compare experiences online, Thailand's old charm seems increasingly hard to compete with. Loyalty, once implicit, is now negotiable, and other countries are ready to take its place. What we reveal as the reason for Thailand's not being for everyone anymore might just surprise you. Thailand isn't dying, but it's changing in ways many travelers won't like. Once a destination for everyone, it's becoming sharply divided. The streets, beaches, and resorts still bustle, but the type of visitor filling them has shifted. Short-stay luxury tourists arrive for a quick splash of comfort and Instagram-perfect moments. Party travelers chase nightlife and chaos, while high-spending visitors fuel resorts, excursions, and premium experiences. On the surface, numbers still look strong, but there's another story happening quietly. Budget travelers, slow travelers, digital nomads, and long-term expats are leaving, often without fanfare. The cafes, hostels, and local markets that once thrived on repeat visitors feel the absence. Streets feel more transactional, neighborhoods feel less connected, and the Thailand that felt accessible and welcoming is slowly disappearing for those who sought depth, not just surface experiences. The real crisis isn't that tourists aren't coming, it's that Thailand is transforming into a different kind of destination. Loyalty is shifting, and the country is redefining who it wants to host. Thailand is no longer a place where every traveler can feel at home. It's becoming a place that caters to higher spending, shorter term, or party-focused visitors. For those who cherish the old Thailand, the one with authentic interactions, space to explore, and value that invited repeat visits. The change is painful, but for tourism numbers, the shift can look deceptively healthy. The real story isn't about decline, it's about division. Thailand is still alive, but it's no longer for everyone. If you want Thailand to feel magical in 2026, you'll need to travel smarter, not harder. The first rule: avoid the obvious. Phuket, Bangkok, and other peak tourist zones are crowded, expensive, and often stressful. Lines are long, beaches are packed, and the Instagram perfect moments come with a hefty price and a side of exhaustion. Instead, look beyond the usual hotspots. Secondary cities and regions like Isan, Trang, and Nan offer authentic experiences, slower pace, and far fewer crowds. These are places where culture, nature, and local life feel untouched, and your interactions with people feel real again. Timing is everything. Shoulder seasons, just before or after peak months, allow you to enjoy better deals, lighter crowds, and a calmer atmosphere. You'll find that temples, markets, and beaches feel more personal when you aren't competing with thousands of other tourists. And don't book on impulse. Compare Thailand to its neighbors. Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Malaysia now offer incredible experiences at competitive prices, often with fewer hassles. Knowing your options gives you leverage. If Thailand feels overcrowded or overpriced, you can pivot to destinations that meet your expectations for value, space, and authenticity. The lesson for smart travelers in 2026 is simple. Do your homework, explore beyond the obvious, and travel intentionally. Thailand hasn't lost its magic. It's just hiding in less obvious corners, at quieter times, and in places that reward patience and curiosity. Those who adapt will discover the Thailand of old, even in a world that's rapidly changing. Thailand didn't lose its beauty, it lost its balance. And travelers noticed. To see for yourself what's really happening with Thailand's tourism, check out the links we've included in the description below.